This Warriors Life Podcast 2024, Will and Brad, with you on a Tuesday evening. And it's because we're going to have a little nudge at a regular Teamless Tuesday mini-pod. Isn't that right, Brad?
Yeah. A few things are changing, aren't they? There's changes afoot with TWL. It was either this or just chuck it in completely because it's ruining our friendship. So we've gone the Teamless Tuesday option for at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's the podcast equivalent of having another kid. Save the podcast. Just chuck another ep in. That might salvage things.
It might gel the team back together.
Yeah.
But no, like you said, we are trying to change up and be a bit more regular with what we put out and when we do it, so people know where to get it easier.
Yeah, well, you guys are creatures of habit. You need structure in your life. You need to know when you're going to be getting things and what you're getting. So we're going to try and deliver it to you rather than being so haphazard.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, who's the pod brought to these people, by the way?
Kingz Container Crew, of course. Of course. Who else?
Well, we've got, obviously, Ladbrokes.
True.
Great supporters as well. And
Patreons.
Patreons. A bunch of legends out there. And, mix and pick in our stable.
It's a group effort, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scratch something together twice a week. Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. How's your day going anyway, Brad? I'm not usually a big fan of Tuesdays. It just tends to be the day of the week that's a bit of a dud, but how did yours turn out?
Anyone can psych themselves up to get up for work Monday, but Tuesday you get slapped in the face. You're like, holy shit, I got to do this 4 days in a row. Yeah, no, not a bad Tuesday. Shot down to Dorothy, strip some boxing, get those plasterers under the way there, and then do a hell of pricing. You rang me actually, and you rang me this afternoon. And I'm here pricing. I'm just about to sleep. Far out is the worst thing in the world to do. I can't stand it. I just scribble it on I scribble it on old maths books as well. I've got some 1E5s that I run, and I just scribble this jumble in, toss it at Tracy, and then get annoyed when she asks me a question about it. It's like, come on, it's in black and white.
Just read the squares.
Yeah, so no, other than that, lovely day in Dundon today. Oh, screamer. So yeah, just enjoyed a bit of sunshine actually. What'd you do, man?
I had more vet stuff. I think, was that last week when we did the pod that I had vet stuff coming up?
Yeah,
more. Yeah, so Molly had to get a couple of little things cut off her belly, little sort of sun-related things. So yeah, it was a little bit tough actually, seeing her fighting against the sedatives. Gee, she didn't want to go out. I'll tell you what. Poor little
They
thing.
went to drop the arm on that third drop. She just held the leg up, like Hulk Hogan used to. Crawl his way out of the sleeper.
No submission.
No way.
Yeah, so a bit of a rough day for the old pup. Got a big inflatable collar bumping into stuff.
Oh, is
all
she?
Over the place. Yeah.
Like one of those rings when you get the snip.
Well, yeah, it's like an alternative to a cone, because she just smashes into stuff, and it's the saddest thing you've ever seen. So this inflatable collar, it's just a bit more of like a little boop, like just a bump.
How long does she wear that for? What a they put collars on us. Now, don't touch that. We'll put a collar on. You're not allowed to chew on that.
10 days apparently. We'll see how that goes. But
10 days.
Yeah. Glad it's over.
Yeah.
Fully recommend pet insurance for anyone out there. Certainly pays for itself on day flight today. Whew.
Oh, do you do pet insurance? We were hassling our neighbour about having pet insurance the other day. You do it as well, do you? Yeah, we're not.
Do you consider insurance a form of gambling, like Ned Flanders?
I'm not that bad, but there's an end to it. There's sort of, I don't know. Without sounding horrid. Yeah, there's into it. And Willis, if we're talking pets, we'll catch up on Willis at the moment. Looks like we are going to try and keep him alive. He's got some new adult supplements we have to sprinkle on his thing. So that looks like we're going to try and get another 18 months out of him.
Yeah, so you better get Guinness Book of Records on standby.
Yeah.
Oldest pug, maybe.
Oh, God, imagine what he'd look like. 25. Anywho, rugby league. This is
Yeah,
does this feel like round one to you? This team naming tonight?
a little bit. It's the most exciting. It's probably more exciting. I think we had a fairer idea of what our lineup was going to look like in round one. So yeah, we've obviously the last 2 weeks, patched up side has done the club proud and given Andrew Webster plenty to think about. So we're about 5 minutes away from the team dropping, by my calculations. We're here live to get our unfettered reactions.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
I feel like that first 12 games were like just a real long preseason, and now the season's starting proper for us.
It does feel like that after getting those 2 wins in unexpected circumstances, kind of, putting the campaign back on the tracks. Had a nice bye, sitting, only a point outside the 8 now. And we're eyeing off a pretty favourable mid-season schedule. We're only a point off where we were this time last year. It's a very tight comp, 7 points separating first and 13th. We're 13th, I think. Yeah, it's all set up for us to go on a similar charge to last year.
Didn't the pack get dragged back to us over the weekend?
Whoa, all 5 underdogs got up.
So run through it. I didn't see virtually any footy over the weekend, but I did see scores. Who did Parramatta beat?
So Parramatta rolled the Sharks. The Sharks were all of a sudden tumbling. Moses making an immediate difference to the Eels. They could be a bit of a... I wish we'd played them already, because they could be a bit of a flying ointment team, if it's probably a bit late for them to be making a top 8 charge. The Knights all fall 32-2. They went down to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, a couple of Origin players out. Knights, no one extra out, and insipid at home.
Yeah.
So they were sort of around that mid-table logjam. Dragons were in all sorts at half-time. Outscored the Panthers 22-0 in the second half. So they got up 22-10. Great result from the Dragons, who sort of keep hanging on. I think they're ahead of us on the latest still.
That makes that loss that pill a little bit easier to swallow again if they knock over teams of that ilk. Because I know Penrith had no one in there. They're stripped at this time of year, aren't they?
But they are well versed in playing without Origin players and getting the wins. So it's the sort of game they would have won.
The Dragons were missing Hunt. And
exactly.
Yeah, Lomax.
They'd lost 10 straight without Ben Hunt before that game. So
wow,
I gave them no chance. I thought without Hunt, a couple of other injuries, no Lomax.
Imagine that multi coming in.
Yeah, and two sets of twins playing for the Dragons too.
What?
Yeah, the Couchman boys coming off the bench and the Fiangai brothers playing in the outside backs.
Out of it. Oh, that's pretty crazy.
Raiders, Golden Point, controversial and a bit of a thriller. 26-25 over the Dolphins.
Rapana was the one.
Yeah, a couple of ones. One in regular time to send it to Golden Point, and then the match winner.
Oh, I haven't seen anything of this game, so there was a bit of forcing back out of it.
So Raiders still hanging out in the top 8. Dolphins still 4th despite back-to-back losses in games they probably should have won. And then the shock of the weekend, the Cowboys, our opponents this weekend, 18-16 over the Roosters, down 16-4. I can't fathom that one. They hadn't conceded less than 18 points in a game. Suddenly they're holding a near full-strength Roosters. Tedesco and Collins out, but but still look pretty bloody good.
Yeah,
on paper. Run down the Roosters at home.
I don't mind the Cowboys getting out of their system a week before us.
Yeah,
one of those flighty teams that could get bit like. Yeah, I think hopefully it's just one of those things and not them building a run.
We'll see see what Toddy P does with their lineup, because he's got 6 guys playing Origin tomorrow night.
Origin.
Does he rest them? I'm guessing they'll all get named, and we'll see what team actually runs out on Saturday in Townsville. But it's obviously a bit of an advantage for us, you would think, although a bit more confidence in some of the fill-ins after doing that to the Roosters.
Yeah, there was a couple of new names that I seen that looked pretty impressive there. Have they unearthed another crazy second rower? What was he got over for a try?
He's been in there for a bit, in and out, and a couple of injuries. But Fini Fuyaki, was it? That
it could be it.
Scored the match winner. I
haven't seen a lot of Cowboys football this year. They've been playing odd times of the day. I like Cowboys in the afternoon.
They're a real nighttime team, especially at home. Team list drop, Brad. Got me to run through them.
Has it got? Oh, here we go. Yes, please.
Okay, well, Warriors Cowboys Saturday night, 7:30 New Zealand time. There'll be a 5:30 Australian Eastern time kickoff. Running through from number one, fullback Charles Nickel-Klokstad is back there. On the wings, Dallin Watene-Zelezniak and Marcelo Montoya. The centres, Rocco Berry returning in the place of Moala Graham Tulfa. Adam Pompey keeps the spot at left centre. The halves, Chanel Harris-Davida and Tamade Martin again. So no Sean Johnson, taking a bit of extra time to bounce back from that torn titty, as he puts it. The forward pack, Adam Fanua-Blake, the possibly disgruntled Adam Fanua-Blake returning. Wade Egan back from concussion. Jackson Ford, the surprise pick, as the starting prop.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's been playing a fair bit of middle. Our starting second row is Marata Nukore, Mitch Barnett. So two guys who were slated to be our number 2 and 3 props are our starting second rows this week. Tohu Harris back at lock after a couple of weeks off. Dylan Walker, number 14. The rest of the bench, Jazz Tavanga, Tom Ale, and Kurt Capewell returning from injury. The extended bench, Freddie Lussick, Tane Tuapiki, Bunty Afoa, probably slightly unlucky to miss out. Ikosi, who's played 2 of the last 3 games, and the club debutant from the Dolphins game, Moala Graham Tulfa. Yeah, well.
There it is.
Couple of surprises, didn't disappoint. What's your initial thoughts?
Well, initial thoughts, pretty safe. I don't mind Johnson having another week off to see those two run around. Berry in the centres, I'm not ecstatic about at the moment. I'd rather MGMT.
I reckon it was always like $1.10 that he was going to come back if fit, though.
Yeah, same. Especially with Roger still on the injury list. But that's a solid back line. Comfy as. Chance back at the back. Good quality wing 3/4 centres. But bloody Jackson Ford.
Yeah,
running out in the guts.
And
I don't mind it. I don't. I look forward to seeing what can happen there.
So obviously we'll see what the rotations are like, and Teats and Fonz are very good at breaking that down. I can when I'm watching a game, I'm too wound up, can barely tell where anyone is. But yeah, obviously a lot of versatility there with Ford, Nukore, and Barnett, and we can probably expect all of them to play different roles throughout the game. Tohu back. There's been a fair bit of talk about Dylan Walker maybe being a starting 13, but I think maybe we'll see Tohu's minutes reduced a bit. Probably the best for everyone.
Yeah, I think Dylan Walker's earned that.
Jazzy, I think, has earned his spot with his performances in these 2 wins. He's been outstanding. Tom Ale as well in limited minutes. I think, maybe a bit more impact than Bunty. Bunty's been a massive defensive sponge, and I think he's played really well the last couple of weeks, but so he's probably a bit unlucky to miss the 17, in my opinion. And Kurt Capewell, he's hasn't really won too many people over amongst fan base. Would like to see a bit more from him. And off the bench, interesting. Centre cover maybe, but well,
that's not bad then, is it? If you think about some backline cover that without changing up too much. I think that's a solid. I like that bench, to be honest. I like
Hmm.
Jazz being there. I like Ale. I think Ale has shown a little bit more. Bunty's unlucky. Bunty hasn't done anything wrong, but Ale looks like he's got just that little bit more than Bunty at the moment.
One interesting element of the bench is no dummy half cover. Again, we still haven't seen Dylan Walker go on to dummy half. He's not your classic 14. Jazz, I don't think we've seen him go to dummy half under Andrew Webster, so we're banking on Egan playing 80 as Lussick, who's 18th man, a chance to come in late for someone that's, you got essentially three middles on the bench with Walker, Tavanga and Ale. Maybe a late change. You got a feel for Tane Tuapiki after his match-winning display. Missed out on the Dolphins game with having a baby, and but you're almost like looking forward to the next time he gets cracked again.
Exactly. And there's still like how injury free is Rocco? Is there still a chance that Chance could end up at centre and
maybe actually
Tane to fullback? There's like he seems to do that quite often, doesn't he? He gives himself some options to game day. He plays the long game when it comes to a team naming.
Yeah, Rocco was named last week and late withdrawal, along with several others, obviously. Yes, the way you reckon he'd go if Rocco was to pull out again with that broken hand, that rather than straight swap with MGT, it would be Chance to centre, Tane to fullback, which is what they're going to. That's what they're going to do against the Dolphins.
That was the original plan, but I'd love to see MGT get another run. He is seeing those New South Wales highlights, that try off the tap, and that's one thing I noticed when he did play for the Warriors. His confidence just to take that penalty tap kick and nudge it up forward. And then in the weekend for New South Wales Cup, he took the tap kick, nudged up forward and barged his way over a try. Like it's something that obviously he does. So Webby said, don't stop doing that. That's what you do as part of your game. Yeah.
Another big game. That's coming off the high of obviously your first true NRL game and then going back to New South Wales Cup, scoring a second half double to get your New South Wales Cup team home. Really great signs from MGT. Love him. Looking forward to the next time he gets cracked. 24-16 win they had actually. So, that lineup is so far away from how strong it could be. With obviously all our injuries and the guys, the regulars that have been playing NRL.
Ben Farr's, geez, he's a workman in that team.
And he barely plays the same position 2 weeks in a row, but he's a gun. Set up a brilliant try in the first half.
That pass,
probably one of the more notable parts of that, Dimitri Sifakula coming back. He played 3 games in first grade last year and then did his ACL and has just been on the sidelines since. But he made his comeback in that game, and I'm just bringing up the stats here.
He had a barnstorming run.
So 38 minutes, 7 runs for 104 metres in that, and 19 tackles. That's a good shift in the first game back from ACL.
He's got a head of hair on him, hasn't he?
Yeah. Obviously we've seen a lot more of Jacob Laban and Zion Maiu getting their debuts this year, but a reminder that he's still in the mix, which is exciting. Leka Halasima played the full 80 in the second row and was a standout, 16 runs for 177 metres, had a line break and a truckload of tackles too, 30. So,
there's going to be a log jam for positions in this team in 2 years' time.
Yeah, that's great signs and just amazing to keep pulling off these wins. With, I'm sure all New South Wales Cup teams are disjointed to some extent, but surely,
they've had a fair few fished out of there. Yeah, wow.
Should we have a wee look at the Cowboys team, Brad, since we've been talking about it, and obviously Origin?
What's he done?
He's given his Origin boys a rest. Actually, they've actually all been named in the extended reserves, all 6 of them. So bit of ducks and drakes. We won't really know what's happening until game day, I wouldn't think.
I love that scene. Ducks and
I don't even know. I don't even know what it means.
I love it. I love it.
I'm standing by it.
it.
Standing by it. Ducks and Drakes.
And you know
Constant
that's the
ducks and drakes.
situation to use it? Is that when you say that sort of thing? Yeah, okay. Oh, you've half meant it.
Yeah. So he's named them all on the extended bench. They get more of a squad to name because of that. Otherwise, I think they've named the same 17. Otherwise, we saw Jackson Purdue and Viliami Vailea in the centres last week for them. Interesting coming up against young Viliami. It's good to see him get a few games in there. He's been a little up and down, but he's holding his spot.
Yeah. He's down a couple of rungs over there. They've got some injuries, have they, in the centres? They much. What was that gun that started out at the start of the year?
Yeah,
Labor.
Yeah,
he was loose.
Season ending.
So what is it? 1 to 17. Sorry.
So it's Drinkwater, fullback, obviously Felt, Braden Burns on the wings, Purdue and Vailea in the centres, Clifford and Townsend in the halves. The pack is Jordan McLean, Sam McIntyre at hooker, Griffin Neame, West Coaster.
Yes, boy. West Coast.
Hey, Lukey, Kilakefu Finifuaki, and Thomas McKaylee. And the bench is Tom Chester, Harrison Edwards, Jamal Shibasaki, and Jason Tomalolo, who's fallen off the mat.
Wow.
Really, as a sort of...
Is he at 17 on that team list?
Yeah, and it's been standard for him, but yeah, when Cotter and
is that another Shibasaki?
I'm guessing you'd
must
have to imagine they're related. Guillemot and Jamal.
Guillemot and Jamal, yeah, Shigasaki. Yeah, out of it. Oh well, I don't fear them.
No, I mean, there's no, even at full strength, I mean, Tom Dearden's a huge part of how they play. Valentine Holmes gives them a lot of strike. Cotter's a workhorse. Nanai, threat, particularly on attack. Talongi's a better winger than they've named. And Burns for sure. Robson would be a boost for them, but, you got to balance it out. You wouldn't imagine they're all going to back up.
They all won't. They'll get turns as the season goes on if they're stuck on status. What was I going to say there? I can't think of that now. No, sorry, that's gone well. If you had something to say.
No, you're right. We'll have a quick look at the Ladbrokes odds while we're here.
Righto.
Well.
It would be hard done by going up there and getting a wet game too, wouldn't we? Like, that's one thing you can tell a home game at Cowboys. It should be a hard, fast track.
Well, it is tropical up there, Brad, but I think
maybe they get a rainy season. Bet you they get a rainy,
but not in winter. I wouldn't think.
Yeah, well, that's true. They probably get a rainy season the first week of June.
Yeah, we need to stay out of the slop. That's for sure. Quick market update. Warriors have drifted a bit to $41 in the premiership market. Cowboys are next ahead of us at 34. We are pretty tidy, $2.50 to make the top 8. And if you banking on us going on a run like last year, you can get $13 about the top 4. Don't mind that, actually.
It's actually not that far away.
And the head-to-head market, Warriors are $2.35 outsiders, Cowboys at $1.60. Line is set at 4 points, so get on the Warriors. That's some good value against an origin-depleted team. We can travel. We travel all right.
Oh, we do. We really do.
Good balance,
we've
I think.
We've got to win this. Yeah,
it's a big one. A big swing game too. They're mid-table team.
Yeah,
if we lose that and we're sort of left at the bottom of that log jam, and the Cowboys get a jump, it's annoying. So hopefully we can get this one. But we'll talk more about this game probably with Fonz tomorrow.
Yes,
for the big Q&A where we've lugged in the mailbags from the basement.
In the bag.
Yeah. I thought we could, since we're here, Brad, talk a little bit about our upcoming Auckland trip.
Next weekend. You reminded me this week. that it's actually next week now. I thought I still had, because I've got mainly because I've got a real bad haircut at the moment. I thought I've still got a couple of weeks of growth to then sort of fade it out again, but it ain't going to work in 7 days. So she's going to be a hat all weekend long.
That's all right, though. We weren't planning on going into any black tie galas. Sure, we can get you your top hat if we're doing something more formal.
Dinner bookings and that. I was like, oh, here we go. He's going to pop the question at the Sky Tower, and I should take my hat off. And
No. I booked places where it looked like it would be all right to wear hats.
Yes. Is it on the pet friendly, vape friendly?
Hat okay.
Hat okay.
Yeah.
No, sweet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah.
What have we got planned? You've got like a little itinerary.
Yeah, well, need to get a bit of direction for these sorts of things.
I'd just get there and walk to town from the airport, go to bed, get up, walk to the stadium, finish the game, then walk back to the hotel, and then get up early and walk to the airport again.
Yeah.
Well, that's my weekend fucked.
I'll steer you around, mate. Just don't worry about a thing. You just focus on that flight
I need
anxiety.
One of those white leather, the kid harnesses, like a kid on a lead. Do you remember people used to have kids on leads and the white leather? Yeah, maybe you get one of them for me.
Yeah,
we have to go to a sex shop. Get me one. Anywho, sorry.
What I was going to say is we're obviously, we're not the best flyers going around, particularly yet.
No.
Bit of drama at Christchurch Airport.
Hey, cheers for bringing that up, bro.
The Jetstar plane careening off the runway as it landed.
Careening off. Did you see the story of that? They said it's the same plane that they found a screw in the engine bay 6 years ago. It's like, who gives a shit, man?
Oh, man.
Just try to find media sometimes trying to, I'm not yeah. No, I'll be sweet.
We are with Air New Zealand, though, so hopefully we'll be.
And I'm going to the Corrie Lounge with you. That's another first. Never been in the Corrie Lounge.
First time to the Corrie Lounge, first time to Mount Smart. I mean, what a weekend.
There's a lot of firsts. A lot of firsts. I'm going to be...
Now,
You'll be carrying me out of Mount Smart like a kid. You know how parents carrying their kids, they're asleep on their shoulder, just my legs wrapped around your waist and my head just on you. That's how you're going to take me. I'm going to be knackered, man. I'll be out to it.
Been a big day, buddy.
He'll sleep well tonight.
Oh, shit. Now, if you're looking at bragging rights, you've just missed out. Rowan Hammer made their pilgrimage to Mount Smart for the Dolphins game. It was Mark. It was his first Mount Smart visit as well. He's beaten you by one game.
I don't mind being last. I'm used to being quite near the tail end. So as long as I get there in the end is sort of my aim. Don't push me.
Those boys got a bit of a impressive behind-the-scenes tour from Cameron George, if you saw on social media. So I reached out, Brad, to see what they could do special for us.
Are we allowed the leftover hot dogs?
I messaged CG, said, mate, what was Brad's first time at Mount Smart? What do you reckon the club could do? And he said, meet us by those public toilets around the back. If you guys bring your own, bring a mop and a bucket. So I don't know what he's got in store for us, but I think we're in for a bit of a special tour.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So we'll pop as soon as we will get an Uber to the warehouse and get a mop and bucket.
You're not taking a mop and bucket? I was thinking of taking my own.
Nah, it's a bit awkward to get an overhead. I don't have baggage, so emotional baggage I've got, but not baggage for the flight.
Yeah, carry on. One mop or one bucket. I'll just stuff all my clothes in the bucket. Just trying it for size in that little bag carrier full of jeans and shit. Take it out, whatever. CG. Yeah,
and then just feed the mop through under the seat from row 1. So you just feed that back to row 16. Love.
Sorry, mate. I'm sorry to be a pain, mate. Sorry, mate. Nah, Cam wanted it. Yeah, sorry.
So we'll see how that unfolds. But no, really looking forward to getting up there and getting in amongst some Mount Smart action.
Yeah. Actually, I've been to the site. I've never been into Mounts. I've watched the Warriors train on that side field, whatever that is. Yeah. I went
Mount
there.
Smart 2.
Yeah, ex-girlfriend's father took me there and showed me where they trained, and we watched the training there. But that's as close as I've. Yeah, that's
not even a big day out. Not a big day out there.
No, nothing. I haven't been to any gigs. I went to Jurassic 5 at whatever that cool old theatre in the middle of town. Is it St. James?
Yeah.
I went to
Jurassic. The town hall,
yeah, I went to. Yeah, is it the town hall? I'm not sure. That's all I've done. Nah, like I said, Auckland has just been a passageway out of this country for me most of the time.
Can't wait to show you the sights.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So up at 7 a.m. on Saturday for our Kelly Tarleton strip. And then Sky Tower Bungee in the afternoon before the game. And after that we'll have a TWL catch up. So anyone we'll sort out the details. We probably should fucking sort that out ASAP. But I'm calling it now 2 p.m. Saturday in the CBD, and we'll suss out a location.
Easy. Yeah, I can make that.
Yeah, you don't have any plans too?
Nah, I've got that pottery class on the North Shore at 11:30, but I think we should be done and glazed and then back into town. Yeah.
Sweet. That's probably. This is only a mini pod. Getting into the realms of normal length pod. So, but tomorrow, Brad, we've got our Q&A.
Q&A.
There's a fair few questions. So, did you think we should clear out a couple?
Yeah, let's pick. We've picked a couple of. There's a couple that tickled our fancy one there. To be honest,
yeah.
Okay. What was the first one there, Will?
So our friend of the show, Yanni, has asked which current warrior would make a good WWE wrestler and why, and what would their name be? This is a good one for you, Brad.
Did you? Straight away, I went old school WWF. Before this WWE, WWF, and I thought old Dallin could slide on in as a third tag team member of the Rockers with Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. Him and Marty Jannetty. Imagine that.
Imagine the aerial maneuvers they could do together.
It'd be amazing. And just the stunned look, when he gets hit in the face, he's already good at getting that fake hit in the face and sort of and then getting up and still tearing shit apart. So him off the top ropes or just getting slammed into a turnbuckle. That's where I thought.
That's great cool.
And I only
what would his name be?
They were just their own names, weren't they? Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, the Rockers.
Yeah. It's a pretty funky name he's got. It serves him well in league. I think that would probably stay as his name.
Yeah, people would probably think it's a bit much though, eh? You might have to dumb it down a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful. I'll be Gorilla Monsoon trying to blurt that out every 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. No, it'll be Dale Wasley. Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels, and Dale Wasley. Dale. Yeah. So now, what? But what? Do you remember when? Wrestling chat now. When Demolition started a 3-man tag team.
So they were the dominant tag team of the era, and then all of a sudden they brought in Crush to long-haired Crush. Pole.
It was quite a bit younger though, and behind that makeup, those two old Demolition, Axe and Smash, they must have been 65. Those two.
Yeah, I think that's still my favourite ever wrestling moment. Watching my first, I think it might have been the first Royal Rumble, and it's the big deal around what number you draw, and then it's like he draws number 1, and then you hear the theme music before they come out, and it's like dun 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 dun, and so Axe comes out, and we're like, oh, it's Axe from Demolition. Who's number 2 going to be? And then it's dun 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 dun. Oh my god, they're going to have to fight each other to start Royal Rumble.
Here comes the action. Here comes the smashing. Yeah, I remember Demolition. I used to like them. I didn't realize they were a heel or a bad guy for ages.
Did they have a face turn? I vaguely remember, but maybe not.
Legions of Doom turned up, I think, and then they started smack. I think Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal.
Animal,
yeah. My
Both
favourite
dead,
was Jim Neidhart from the Hart Foundation. What
well,
a
actually,
weapon.
Bret the Hitman Hart was my favorite wrestler of all time, and that was when he was a tag team guy, so I wasn't jumping on board because he became amazing. So that was not that I still watch wrestling, but I just looked upon it quite fondly of my old tag team supporting days, and then Bret Hitman Hart becomes arguably the greatest wrestler of all time.
He was a cruiser when
cool.
he went on his own. I preferred the
Hmm.
Hart Foundation as a team. Apart from Jim. Anyway, is that question? Who did you choose? You got a wrestler?
No, I didn't.
Or did you not even add
come
one
up.
to that?
I thought you would take care of that one.
Okay. Well, that's enough.
What did you want to do? The other one?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that enough on the wrestling?
Yeah. So the last question. So Fonz doesn't
How are we
have to.
good at this? This is just
so
seamless.
Slick.
Like 6
So
years,
slick.
and this is what 6 years hard work gets you, kids.
Mm.
Just pure seamless, flowing conversation. Hit, and then out.
Yeah, done. Boom.
Yeah,
another one in the bag.
Another one. The can.
This is from Mix and Pick's account, so I'm assuming Brian, friend Brian at Mix and Pick, has asked us, how did Will and Brad meet, and what was your first impression of each other? Do you want me to take this one from the top, Brad?
I remember you from the first early. Do you remember me early?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Take it.
Well, so Brad and I both worked up the Remarkable ski field in 2000. I was in the cafeteria, usually on the tills if I could. Brad was a lifty, and the lifties in amongst mountain staff are kind of the cool kids, I would say. And I remember Brad as very friendly and certainly not too cool for school, but very larger than life. A little bit of a big man on campus vibe, if I can be frank, back then. He's kind of a cool guy, kind of like this, a bit of a skater, snowboarder dude. Frosted tips, or was it just that you were growing out your full peroxide blonde?
Yeah, you'd shave it off and then pure blonde it and then grow it out. Yeah, not tips. Never done the tips.
But definitely a lot of similarities to the Brad that I'd come to know. But we'd crossed paths a bit, but we didn't know each other particularly well until you rolled up to my old man's building site to start an apprenticeship. I didn't know it was you. You just rolled in. I was like, I know that cunt.
Yeah.
And quickly found someone with a lot more depth and I guess the same sort of insecurities and neuroses as the rest of us. And
did you think I was just a party boy, of not a care in the world, outside looking in?
Yeah, a little bit actually. I'm to be honest, because you're just very, very, very confident seeming, but it's different to the person, not in a negative way, just different to the person I got to know well on the building site.
I think that's a very fair, and I remember you from working on that till at Remarkables, and just always really endorsing the staff discounts for mountain staff going through there for a Mrs. Max pie. And it's like, so it was much appreciated.
A staff discount somewhere in the vicinity of 100% at times.
Some days, they were crazy. We never knew. We obviously never got the email to let us know what days was like that. But and then roll up to exactly the same. I rolled up to that building site that day. I was washing dishes. I was a dish pig for about 3 years, just living in a pit, stinking of dishwater. And then someone said, "Do you want to make $25 an hour?" I was like, bullshit. Stop lying to me, man. And he goes, "Nah, I can get you 25 contract." It turns out to be, but I can get you $25 an hour labouring. Like, sign me up, man. Whose D do I have to? So I rolled in, and you were sitting there. You were having smoko. I remember that day. You were having a smoko underneath the lean-to on that nice little old stone building. And I was like, "Holy shit, I know that dude." And it turns out that you're your old boy's son, and the rest is history, really.
Yeah,
had some good times on those building sites.
Within minutes, your you and your my old man had worked out. You're big Warriors fans, and fucking we're all go.
Oh, JD, I never forget the first day, and I reckon because he's gone, I can say this story now. One of the first days, we were sitting there digging a garage foot, and I think it was third day in, and he said to me, he goes, "You ever done cocaine?" And I was like, I thought, oh, hang on. This is the boss just testing a new worker out, see what he's got. And I was like, I sort of went, and I haven't, and I still to this day. Never had it, but I said nah, I haven't, JD. And then I thought he was gonna say like good on you, don't do that. And he goes, if anyone ever offers you that shit, you get as much of it up your nose as you can. And that's when I learned that me and JD, we're gonna be all right, mate. Me and you are gonna be all right.
Gave me the same advice as well, actually.
He was a wild bastard, real wild bastard, your old man. Yeah,
yeah. So
hopefully,
Brian, I hope that that answers that question. But it's been quite the ride. 24 years I've known you, more or less, Brad. Coming up on 20, just over 20 properly. So yeah,
wow, out of it. Now look at us. Yeah, all growing up, eh? All growing up. Sweet. Fuck. Oh, well, this is, so from here on in, we're going to be trying to get show out Monday evening for the weekend's game, correct?
Yeah, or maybe Monday morning. On a Monday.
Yeah, on a Monday they'll be released.
Bit of a post-match, roundup, reaction,
correct.
Whatever.
Yeah, and then Tuesday we'll do a team list. Just a quick, a quick 10 minutes.
Yeah. This is a bit more far longer than we can be bothered with. Every Tuesday. Fuck.
Yeah.
And then the usual midweek thing with Fonz if we can get him or
Fonz
someone
or
else.
Guests. Yeah.
Yeah. Your usual cavalcade of co-hosts. So yeah, hopefully we've made a big deal out of it. Hopefully we don't fuck out after 1 week and it's back to just one pod on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday.
Just ignoring Will's text till Thursday. Nah, sweet. Oh, well, Will, that sounds like a good way to wrap this sucker up, doesn't it?
Yeah, I reckon.
Good shit.
Thanks, Deborah. Obviously, Kingz, most of all, but also Ladbrokes, Patreons, and Mix and Pick. Go and play that game. It should be a good one this week. I know that they've already put together an awesome little video comparing the new Wendy's ad with the 2012 version, I think it was.
Yeah.
Giving old, I don't even know who that, I've only watched it quickly once. I couldn't tell who the young fella was actually in that. I'm going to have to give a little rewatch.
I've only quickly watched it as well. But I really need to pull my socks up. I'm getting some heat from different angles about how poor my performance has been lately, and I really can't have them catching. So I'm taking it very, very seriously from here on out.
Same. Okay. Listen.
Same.
Yeah. Righto.
Sweet. Look after yourself, bro.
Yeah, you too, mate. Take it easy, and we'll tune in tomorrow for Q&A with Will, Brad, and Fonzie.